Human civilization developed in various regions across the globe, but it first emerged thousands of years ago in the ancient Middle East. Mesopotamia, often regarded as the cradle of civilization, was the site of many of humanity's earliest advancements, including the first cities, writing systems, and technologies. The name Mesopotamia is derived from an ancient Greek term meaning the land between the rivers, referring to the Tigris and Euphrates rivers. This region, which primarily lies within modern-day Iraq, but also includes parts of Syria, Turkey, and Iran, was heavily influenced by these rivers. The Tigris and Euphrates played a crucial role in the development of complex societies in Mesopotamia. Their regular flooding created fertile land ideal for agriculture, making the region a central hub for the Neolithic or agricultural revolution that began nearly 12,000 years ago. This abundance of resources allowed for the growth of advanced societies, leading to innovations in writing, architecture, and government organization. The agricultural revolution had a profound impact on human life worldwide, but it began in Mesopotamia. As people started cultivating crops and domesticating animals, they could settle in one location, leading to the formation of permanent villages. Over time, these small communities expanded into early cities, where key aspects of civilization, such as dense populations, monumental architecture, communication systems, division of labor, and distinct social and economic classes began to take shape. The rise of civilization in Mesopotamia was also driven by other factors, particularly changes in climate and the natural environment. These challenges forced the region's inhabitants to become more organized and adaptive, further contributing to the development of complex societies. How nature nurtured civilization. Civilization in Mesopotamia did not develop uniformly across the region. Urban societies emerged independently in both Lower Mesopotamia, located in what is now southern Iraq and home to the early civilization of Sumer, and Upper Mesopotamia, which includes northern Iraq and parts of modern-day western Syria. One factor that facilitated the growth of civilization in both areas was the climate of Mesopotamia, which 6,000 to 7,000 years ago was significantly wetter than it is today. In southern Mesopotamia, early cities arose near a vast marshland that offered abundant natural resources, such as reeds for construction and wild game and fish for food. The availability of water made small-scale irrigation feasible, allowing local communities to manage agriculture without the need for large-scale state oversight. Additionally, the marshlands provided access to sea routes along the Persian Gulf, enabling the development of long-distance trade with other regions. In Upper Mesopotamia, the favorable conditions allowed farmers to rely on consistent rainfall, reducing the need for extensive irrigation systems. The region's proximity to natural resources, such as mountains and forests, provided abundant opportunities for hunting and gathering materials like timber. These communities also benefited from established land routes, facilitating trade and the acquisition of valuable resources like obsidian, which was prized for its use in crafting tools and jewelry. Meanwhile, in Lower Mesopotamia, early farmers cultivated barley and wheat as staple crops. They also developed lush gardens under the shade of date palms, growing a diverse array of produce, including beans, peas, lentils, cucumbers, and various fruits such as grapes, apples, melons, and figs. Livestock, including sheep, goats, and cattle, were integral to their diet, providing milk for butter and meat for sustenance. The agricultural revolution laid the groundwork for what became known as the Urban Revolution, particularly in Sumer. Around 5,000 to 6,000 years ago, small villages evolved into thriving cities, with Uruk standing out as one of the most prominent. This walled city, housing 40,000 to 50,000 people, became a hub of early civilizations. Other cities like Eridu, Bad Tibira, Sippar, and Shuruppak also emerged during this period, each contributing to the growing complexity of Sumerian society. The Sumerians pioneered one of the earliest known writing systems and made significant advances in art, architecture, and governance. They developed complex bureaucracies to oversee agriculture, commerce, and religious practices, allowing their cities to function efficiently and flourish. Sumer became a center of innovation, where the Sumerians not only adopted existing technologies like pottery and textile weaving, but also refined and expanded them on an industrial scale. Upper Mesopotamia, too, saw the rise of urban centers such as Tipagara, where archaeologists have discovered evidence of a sophisticated culture, including intricately designed brick temples. These findings highlight the diversity and complexity of early Mesopotamian civilizations across different regions. How environmental change made Mesopotamian civilization evolve. Climate changes played a crucial role in shaping Mesopotamian society. Around 4000 BC, the region experienced a gradual shift towards a drier climate, making the rivers less predictable. As the marshlands in Lower Mesopotamia began to recede, communities were forced to adapt to the new environment. The need for irrigation and more coordinated efforts in agriculture led to the development of more structured and complex governmental systems. Initially, these bureaucracies were created to manage the resources and people associated with temple economies in the marshland cities. Over time, however, they evolved into instruments of royal power, justified not only by religious authority, but also by their ability to manage and organize society effectively. This transition contributed to the emergence of a hierarchical social structure, where elites wielded power either through coercion or by offering sustenance and wages in exchange for labor. The famed Sumerian agrarian system, characterized by its city-states and control over land, resources, and people, was partly a response to the declining resources of the once rich marshlands. In Upper Mesopotamia, the drying climate led to a different social response. Instead of increasing centralization, communities in this region moved towards simpler, village-based organizations that relied on local cooperation and small-scale solidarity. Over time, Mesopotamia witnessed the rise of powerful empires like Akkad and Babylonia. Babylon, in particular, became one of the most significant and advanced cities of the ancient world, known for its impressive achievements in law, science, and architecture. These empires left a lasting legacy, influencing the course of history and the development of civilization across the region,